Good afternoon. As we have the opportunity to talk to key decision makers like you who have the responsibility for influencing and maximizing the efficiency of company operations, we hear about the challenges that you face in dealing with the equipment and tool rental process. And as a matter of fact, these three numbers that I'm going to show you here, they tell a story. They tell a story about the need to increase visibility and accountability. They also tell a story about the need to streamline processes and achieve greater cost control and cost reduction in the rental process. (8246)24/15. According to survey results from the Aberdeen Group, 82% of industrial and commercial firms acknowledge that an increase in rental utilization would result in an increase in their operational ROI. In that same survey, 46% of these decision makers acknowledged that they don't even track the utilization. (24/15), based on data RSC has tracked over the past several years, 24% of rental equipment is out past the estimated return date, and the duration of those overdue rentals averages 15 days. Here's another way to look at it. Utilization equals profit. You know, that brings us to where we are today. Let me show you an illustration here based on where the rental process is today. Leaders like you have shared with us how equipment rental is affecting both their long-term and their short-term business strategies. And they've also told us that there are many different factors that are currently affecting their overall equipment rental scenario. These factors include decentralization. And while decentralization is a necessary element for many organizations, decentralized processes really presents challenges in an organization's overall effectiveness. Various systems are employed to manage, track, and handle the overall rental process. Numerous vendors are enlisted to provide the tools and equipment that are needed for rental. And then multiple employees are involved in the rental process itself. Numerous crafts that are involved that have to have the right equipment and the right tools delivered out to them at the right time. What are the results of all of these different factors? How is it impacting their overall equipment rental scenario? The answer is too much, too long, and too complex. Organizations routinely rent too much equipment. Rental duplication occurs, leading to wasted resources across their projects. Too long? Rentals are often kept beyond the estimated time frame, resulting in unnecessary past due expenditures. And too complex? Well, there's excessive complexity in the rental management of today. Employees use and develop a variety of different systems, ranging from sticky notes to spreadsheets. They do this in an attempt to manage all of their rental needs. To manage everything that they have to rent throughout their entire organization. Some customers tell us about excessive swivel time. Well, this vividly describes how their administrators swivel between computer systems and manual processes in their attempts to manage their rentals. What are the consequences of too much, too long, and too complex? Excessive money is spent in the rental process. Also, excessive amounts of time wasted trying to manage the process. And then the worst of all, lack of productivity from their most precious asset, their people. The people that are trying to manage all of this chaos. This process is at best fragmented and reactive. This fragmented and reactive process, actually the greatest risk of all is organizations not knowing how this approach threatens their future goals and how it threatens their ability to effectively get from today to the future level of operational excellence, where they want to go. You know, if they stay in this failure to move away from this reactive process, it interferes with their organization's overall growth, and it also changes their overall growth trajectory. Makes it pretty indirect, the process for getting there. So how do some organizations choose to address these equipment rental risks? Well, many do so by choosing to look at price. They use price as the determining factor for decision making. They seek the lowest line item pricing and perceive that advantageous terms will be the way to effectively manage equipment rentals. Problem with that, it's been found that managing with price only has 1/6 of the impact that you get from managing the real problem, which is too much, too long, and too complex. And companies that fail to move away from this fragmented reactive process will continue to take their organization down into the abyss. Companies are choosing now to work with RSC because they want to find a better way to bridge the gap between today and the future that they want to have. These are organizations that realize that equipment rental and overall equipment management affects employee productivity. It affects employee engagement and overall project success. Only by working with RSC will they achieve their organizational goals. Hey, let's take a look at each of these goals and how best-in-class organizations like yourselves are working with RSC to achieve these goals. The first goal that we'll take a look at is that of improved visibility and accountability. You know, what if your team had insight into all aspects of the rental process? With tools such as RSC's Total Control, you can have unparalleled visibility, management, and functionality to optimize your rental process. This will allow you to reduce redundancies and get rid of late rental returns. And with RSC's Management by Exception strategy, you can focus on actionable data-based criteria that you define. This will empower your team to make the best strategic equipment decisions. And in addition to that, some organizations have also chose to leverage RSC's embedded GPS technology to take visibility and accountability to even a higher level yet. The second goal that we'll take a look at is that of streamlining operations. Streamlining the operations. Now, what if you had a partner in managing equipment rentals effectively? With RSC Managed Services strategy, you'll have a dedicated advocate who's intimately familiar with your organization, and they'll understand and know the processes that you need and make sure that your equipment needs are managed more effectively. You'll have the equipment and tools necessary to manage productivity, and most importantly, you'll have a partner there to maintain a safe and efficient work environment for every member of your team. The third goal that we'll take a look at is that of cost control and cost reduction. Cost control and cost reduction. You know, what if you had the right tools and the right strategy to make a substantial impact on your organization's overall equipment costs and ROI? With customized scorecards and key performance indicators benchmarked against industry standards, you and your team would be able to operate at the highest possible levels of efficiencies. You would have customized data to validate and justify rental decisions across your entire operations, and more importantly, actionable information to make future decisions. Companies are choosing to work with RSC to achieve these goals, and we refer to this overall strategy as RSC consumption management. RSC consumption management, while this might be an unfamiliar premise, it's a new strategy that companies like yours are successfully leveraging to magnify their savings to a level of 6 times that of price. And this can only be accomplished by working with RSC. 6 times price. All right, having the right equipment available at the right time with streamlined processes that will drive cost savings. That is at the heart of consumption management, and it really creates the bridge that crosses the gap from today to the future level of operating excellence and efficiency that will positively impact the success of your organization. These all tie together to produce a bridge to a future level of operational excellence. You know, if you want to truly align all of the factors involved in your rental process, truly align the factors, then you can take your rental services from the fragmented, reactive process to a truly proactive, repeatable rental program. And this will replace risk with success. Proactive rental program. This is what best-in-class organizations like yourselves are choosing to do. By leveraging the power of RSC and your organization, you can take your firm to unprecedented levels of success and efficiency. You know, I've got another example that I would like to show you here. That's a true story about a major oil and gas company. Now, I'm going to put three numbers up on the board here that are going to tell a story. 35, 28, and 3. What 35 represents is the major oil and gas company that chose to work with RSC to maximize the efficiency of their rental program. They were able to increase their utilization by 35% on key rental items. By increasing the utilization 35%, they decreased their overall rental spend 28%. Here's a really good part. They were able to achieve this in just 3 months of working with RSC. Now, let's talk about how your organization and RSC can work together to achieve similar results. What do you think?